You are allowed to be pretty and cute and sexy, but don't act too smart. Don't have an opinion. Don't have an opinion that is out of line with the status quo, at least.
For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men.
People seem to think that if you're a girl, you have to behave in a way that is not militant or political, especially if you're an actress. You know, how dare an actress think or be political? That, of course, is a completely wrong way of thinking.
To express herself to the full, including through art and ideas, as well as politics. And that right is denied so often to women because it is so powerful.
The 10 top buyers in the United States for films, every territory, there's not one woman. Men and women have different tastes sometimes, and but if the people that are choosing what goes out into the multiplexes are all of one persuasion, the choice will be limited, and then that will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You see, these are the big moneymakers.
And here are the all-male nominees.
Feminist.
Feminist.
The person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
A feminist is a man or a woman who says,
yes, there is a problem with gender as it is today, and we must fix it.
If I were to say I was a feminist, it would be a personal attack on you as a man, as opposed to a patriarchal system or something much larger than an individual person. I think also men think that they can't be feminists. That's a big misunderstanding. Some of the best feminists I know are men.
I've been pretending to be a man that I'm not my entire life. I've been pretending to be strong when I felt weak, confident when I felt insecure, and tough when really I was hurting. Girls are weak and boys are strong. This is what's being subconsciously communicated to hundreds of millions of young boys and girls all over the world, just like it was with me. I came here today to say, as a man, that this is wrong, this is toxic, and it has to end.
So when you raise it, there's kind of like we've dealt with that. Women got the vote ages ago, like this isn't a thing. And
feminism is about giving women choice. Feminism is not a stick with which to beat other women with. It's about freedom, it's about liberation, it's about equality.
This is the true heart of equality. Not only when we can make as much, but when we can speak as loud, and when we can really have the freedom to be ourselves instead of trying to survive or fit in.
Girls have the power to change the world. It is a fact, and yet today, girls are more likely than boys never to set foot in a classroom.
There were never any women who were celebrated for their intellect. They're not given any attention in the press. I wasn't reading about wonderful astronauts or scientists or great musicians. I was just seeing highly sexualized pop stars who were very, very skinny on my TV, or I was seeing skeletal actresses who were their weight was obsessively spoken about, and all of my magazines were selling weight loss products or telling me to be thin. I was a smart kid, I was a scholarship child, I also had a music scholarship, I had all these different talents and gifts, none of which I thought were important, none of which I remotely cared about, because I still felt like I would never be good enough unless I weighed 6.5 stone.
After trying on 10 or so dresses, with a sad feeling in my heart, that all that would matter was what I wore to this red carpet. I saw an oversized Marc Jacobs suit buried quietly in the corner. I put it on, to a resounding view of eyes glaring at me in confusion. As a woman who was conditioned at a very young age to listen to what men told me to do, I decided today I wanted to take the power back. Today I wear the pants.
I have lived as a man. And in a few, well, I've just done what I damn well wanted to, and I made enough money to support myself. And I ain't afraid of being alone.
Is that why also you wear pants?
No, I just wear pants because they're comfortable.
Do you ever wear a skirt, by the way?
I have one.
You have one?
Wear it to your funeral.
You'll wear it to my funeral.
How can we expect legislation with our rights and our needs being preserved if we don't have equal representation? So, here's my hope. If you're in politics, the media, the tech industry, working as an entrepreneur or a teacher or a construction worker or a caregiver, you know the problems we are all facing. And I urge each one of you to ask yourselves, what do we do now? What is it in your life that you think you cannot accomplish? Or what is it that people have said that you cannot do? Wouldn't it feel really good to prove them all wrong? Ambition is not a dirty word. It's just believing in yourself and your abilities. Imagine this. What would happen if we were all brave enough to believe in our own ability, to be a little bit more ambitious? I think the world would change.
As women, we have to start appreciating our own worth and each other's worth. Seek out strong women to befriend, to align yourself with, to learn from, to be inspired by.
And when I say us, I'm talking about Reese Witherspoon and myself. We did this because of our friendship, our creative union, and our support of each other. And I love you. Wow, the power of women.
Many of us were taught not to tattle. It was a culture of silencing, and that was normalized. I urge all of us to not only support survivors and bystanders who are brave enough to tell their truth, but to promote restorative justice.
Time's up on thinking that we're overreacting or this is just the way it is. Time's up on women being held responsible for men's bad behavior. Men, I call you in as allies, as we work together towards change. May you be accountable and self-reflective, compassionate and open. May you ask how you can support a woman and be of service to change.
Both men and women should feel free to be sensitive. Both men and women should feel free to be strong. It is time that we all perceive gender on a spectrum instead of two sets of opposing ideals.
Trust me, the women in this room tonight are not here for the food. We are here for the work.
If I may be so honored to have all the female nominees in every category stand with me in this room tonight. Earl, if you do it, everybody else will. Come on. The filmmakers, the producers, the directors, the writers, the cinematographer, the composers, Okay, look around, everybody. Look around, ladies and gentlemen, because we all have stories to tell and projects we need finance. Don't talk to us about it at the parties tonight. Invite us into your office in a couple days, or you can come to ours, whichever suits you best, and we'll tell you all about them. I have 2 words to leave with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Inclusion rider.
I could wear whatever I want, say whatever I want, and express my desire however I want without fearing for my physical safety or reputation. That would be the world in which female desire and sexuality could have its greatest expression and fulfillment.
We have to say, I can do that, and I should be allowed to do that. So,
We have fought for everybody else's equal rights. It's our time to have wage equality once and for all, and equal rights for women in the United States of America.
May we teach our children that speaking out without the fear of retribution is our culture's new North Star.
So I want all the girls watching here and now to know that a new day is on the horizon.
You give me hope.